Alright everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Captain Crush. I'm glad you made it. What do? I break down PrizePicks, Underdog, Thrive Fantasy, FanDuel, DraftKings, anything involving fantasy sports, I cover it. That is what I do. It is my passion, and my goal is to teach you and help you become a better fantasy sports player. It is a thing that we love, and it's a great thing, and we want you to become profitable. What makes me different from everyone else on YouTube, etc., is I go over everything in detail, and I try my best to teach you so that you can go on your own when I'm not around, and you can duplicate, and you can also have your own process. That being said, I am fostering a good community. We have a good community, a bunch of guys. I do these videos every day. Then I go live later on TikTok or YouTube, and we do community slips. We discuss things, and the Discord's coming soon, which will be your think tank for ideas. That being said, let's go over the two games today. New York Knicks, Miami Heat, -6, favoring the Heat. Over under 207. These games, this series has been a absolute stinker, unless you like defensive juggernauts, which some of you do, so I won't hate. Golden State Warriors versus the Lakers. Lakers, 2.5 point favorites at home, over under 220. This is going to be the game of the night, folks. It's win or go home for the Golden State Warriors. Can they come back from a 3-1 deficit? They've already won one. They have 2 to go. I really hope they win tonight because I want to see a game 7 in the Warriors Stadium. I really want to see that, hoping it happens. The Knicks and the Heat, I'm not sure what's going to go on there. I believe the Heat will get the win, but Jalen Brunson played 48 minutes last game, and whenever someone's playing 48 minutes, you can't hate on them. All right. First up, as always, let's go over to Thrive Fantasy where I do my two-mans. And first up here, we have Jalen Brunson, more, 39.5 PRA. Next, Corbin Burns, less than 6.5 Ks, which is strikeouts. These are the two most profitable things on the Thrive Fantasy board right now. I did my research. I always do this for you folks. Each leg is over 53% chance to hit. Here's the deal. Use promo code CRUSH. You'll get up to $250 matched right away, and you'll get a free square, which is King James. Will he go over 0.5 real points? Absolutely. It's a free square. Throw it in here. You'll have a third leg, which bumps the payout to 5.2x. You can't beat it. Basically, you just need these two to hit. You put 5, you'll win that 25. All right? Now, let's go over to PrizePicks where I discuss these fantasy scores. Okay, here we go. Jalen Brunson, Jimmy Butler. These two I was already looking at, already messing around, cooking it up, whatever you want to call it. Guess what? I don't really love this game. It's no secret. If you've been following me, you know I'm not a big fan of this game. It's a defensive juggernaut. It's a slow-paced slog, and that is bad for fantasy. I don't want to take the unders here on either of these guys. I'm just not interested. So, if, like last time, I gave you this advice last time, if you're inclined to touch this game, these are the two guys you want to target for fantasy points. Jalen Brunson, Jimmy Butler. Jalen Brunson, take a look at this. Jalen Brunson played 48 minutes last game. I don't know if you know this, but there's only 48 minutes in a basketball game. Each quarter is 12 minutes. 12 times 4, it's 48. The man played every minute. He didn't come out. That's the difference between a dog and a hog. Devin Booker last night facing elimination, I saw him on the bench in the second quarter. Down. What's that about? Jalen Brunson, he wasn't having it. 48 minutes. The guy had 38 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists. The game before that, 44 minutes, 38 minutes, 39 minutes, 40 minutes. The guy is a dog. Put some respect on his name. Like him or love him, you gotta respect him. That being said, I will take more on 45.5 fantasy points because I know that he will play at least 40 minutes and the fantasy point per minute checks out. If he doesn't get there, I don't care because it's the right play every day, twice on Sunday. The only way it becomes a problem is if the Heat just come out here and blow it out of the water, which they can do. They're 6-point favorite. So let's go over to my notes. Jalen Brunson, 1.14 fantasy point per minute with a 27% usage rate. All you have to do is take 1.14 and multiply it times 40. Actually, take it and multiply it times 42 because he played 48 minutes last game with no overtime, and you know he's going to be over 45.5 fantasy points. So if you go by that alone, it checks out. That's not an exact science, but it is what it is. Next, Jimmy Butler. He is 1.27 fantasy points per minute with a 25% usage rate. If you take 1.27 and multiply it times 40, you're not going to get to the 52. But Jimmy Butler, okay, let's check the trend. He has been 61, that's a different game. 48, 41, 58, 57. He's trending up from here. He was 40, 40, 58, 57 as the games become more competitive. I'll be the first to say 52 fantasy points for Jimmy Butler doesn't feel great, but they want to close this out. They're at home. If there's going to be one guy that can get it done, it would be Jimmy Butler. Okay, let's just be honest here for a sec. That is why it's a gut narrative play, a trend play. I'm not going to be high on these these, like I said in the beginning, it's you guys that if you want to take it, you can. There you go. All right. The rest of them, Julius Randle, I guess he's in play via his fantasy point per minute / usage rate. I'm just not going to go there. Same thing with Bam. I'll cover other props that I like with those two guys. All right, moving right along. Stephen Curry, 50 fantasy points. What do I always say about Stephen Curry? Okay, cool, right? You will. I always say, if you're going to go ahead and take his 50 fantasy points, you might as well just take his real points because they're directly correlated together. If he scores 50 fantasy points, odds are he scored over 30 real points, which is right around what his stat prop is for it to go over, okay? So I'm not going to go here with Curry today. I have other props that I like, which I'll discuss. LeBron James, what do I say about LeBron? We will ride that train till we're forced off, folks. And right now, he's been red, 45, 46, 45, 38, 46. He's flirting with that 48 and a half. He's flirting with it. Every single night, it's a sweat. Every single night, it is a sweat because we've been taking less and he's been cashing. Get this. He is due a big game at any moment. It could be tonight, the closeout game at home. He could go for 60 fantasy points. So read me loud and clear. If you take less, be prepared. It's LeGoat James in a closeout game at home. I will not blink. I won't cry. I won't even fret if he goes out tonight and puts up 60. And listen to me now. If you take less and you come on my comments or you come on my Twitter and he goes for 60 and you say, Captain, he sold, and you cry, it's an instant block because I don't deal with babies. I have soldiers and that's that. We don't cry. We crush. It's that simple. Next, Klay Thompson, 32 fantasy point. What do we do here, folks? Look left, look right. We take less. That's just what we do. Klay can get hot? Absolutely. 27, 20, 23, 34, 30, 34, and 34. His ceiling right now is probably going to be 40, and that's assuming if he gets 40 fantasy points, the odds are he scored 30 real point, okay? So if you think Klay's going to get over 32 fantasy points, just go ahead and take his real point prop, but don't dare take that fantasy score. It just doesn't make sense. So I would take less on Klay. Let's go back to my notes for a second where I discussed Klay. Klay Thompson, 1.04 fantasy points per minute with a 26% usage rate. LeBron James, 1.48 fantasy points with a 33% usage rate. That is why I say LeBron James is due. That is a scary prop to take under on, but I will continue to do it. Anthony Davis, 1.53 fantasy points per minute with a 28% usage rate. You know, I'm undecided on Anthony Davis as of right now. It's down to 52. It was at 55. I'll probably take more here, to be honest with you, but I'm not 100% sure, so we'll have to discuss that on the live stream. But for me personally, my own personal slips, I'll just take more. It is what it is. If he sells, he sells. Guess what? I use bankroll management. So if I lose one night, I don't mind. If I lose 2 nights, I don't mind. I could lose 3 weeks in a row and not mind. And no, that's not a flex. It's because I don't overextend myself. I'm not looking to get rich overnight. I'm not gambling thinking that that's how I'm going to get out of debt or whatever it is that you guys have in your head. That's not what this is. It's a hobby. It's a slow, methodical grind. You grind it out. And most of all, you do it for fun. Okay? So make the right plays day in and day out. And whatever the result is, the result is. You have to live with it. Okay? Andrew Wiggins, he crushed last game. I think he had 42. There it is. 42 fantasy points. It was at 30. I think 30 or 31 was the target that he had to hit. Now they bumped him down to 29.5. Vegas, PrizePicks, they believe that he is going to return to his average 29.5 fantasy points. If I touch Andrew Wiggins, it will be the more. I'm not sure if I'm going to take it. I don't know if I'm going to take under. I don't know if I'm going to take less. I don't know if I'm going to take lower. Whatever word you want to use, whatever verbiage you want to use. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. We'll discuss that on the live stream, but I will say this. I will have a couple where I take more. Why? Because he's Andrew Wiggins, and if he plays 35 minutes, he can absolutely crush. Russell, man, this guy's one of the most tilting players of all time. He chucks, he bricks, and sometimes, like the May 6th game, they just fall in. It's that simple. So I will fade the prop, fam. Just fade the prop. Draymond Green, fantasy score 32. It's in play. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that it's not. You saw last game, he can crush at any given time. He has it in him. It's just whether or not he gets to perform. I don't think he's gonna be shooting threes and scoring them again like he did last game, but I like another prop which I will discuss shortly. But 32 fantasy points is in play. Austin Reeves, 27 fantasy points. He's coming off a big game. He is trending in the right direction. 21, 30, 32. He is on a roll here. I'm not really sure what I want to do with AR-15. I do like his under 4 rebounds and under 4 assists, but you know what? I may roll the dice and take over on 27 fantasy points with AR-15 and shows Oklahoma some love. We will have to see. We will discuss that on stream. Okay? There we go. I've covered the 2 game fantasy scores. I just want to say say this one last time. This isn't an exact science. This, at the end of the day, this is gambling. So please miss me with the nonsense and the tears of being like, this guy did this guy did this, you missed. Listen, this is free content and I'm giving you advice based on what mathematically is correct, and someone who's been doing this profitably for a long time is helping you understand. Most of you get it. Most of you understand this, but there's about 5% that's in my DMs and you're ruining it for everyone else. So I'm asking you to please act grown and be mature. Let's move over to the other side of this coin, which, oh baby, it looks like we got a free square on here on PrizePicks. Joel Embiid over 0.5 point. Well, that's a lock. Take that. Did Captain Crush just say lock? He never says that. Absolutely. But when it's 0.5 points, that, my friends, is an actual lock. That is the only time I will say lock, when it's a free square. If anyone else is telling you that something's a lock, stay away, because there is no such thing as a lock, and you can take that to the bank. I've never steered you wrong, and I won't. But Joel Embiid over 0.5 point, lock it in, okay? You have, let's see, 55 hours. I guess that's until their next game to lock that in. All right, so there's a couple props I have here that I want to target. I want to let you guys in on, okay? This is the stuff that you can expect on the Discord/Dub Club when it releases. These are the type of props and write-ups you will get on the daily basis, okay? So first, I have Draymond Green over 23.5 PRA, 53% chance to hit. It's -130, and my model projects it at 27.2. So we will take more right there, okay? A little feedback from me. Anytime the model projects it over and the Vegas checks out, I tend to go there more often than not. Sometimes I disagree with the model. I always will let you know. I'm full transparent. The model, again, as always, is just a projection. It's not an exact science, okay? You have to have everything line up, which is the Vegas odds, the model projections, the trends, and the narrative, okay? All those four things is what I consider when I make these selections. Okay, next, Kyle Lowry, under 4.5 assists, 53% chance to hit, -135. The model actually projects it for 4.4, so that's iffy. It is checking out via Vegas. He's Kyle Lowry. He can distribute at any time. I don't know if he's going to show up. That's where that goes as far as the trends and the narrative. He has been playing better as of late this series, but I'm not sure. Like I said, I'll have a little bit of this prop, but it's worth mentioning because it's in there. Julius Randle, over more 8.5 rebounds. I like that. It is a decent prop. I do think that it's going to hit. My model likes it as well. It is projecting it for 9.7, 53% chance to hit, -130. Okay. And then Anthony Davis, more 13.5 rebounds. The model has it going for 15.5, which is decent. That's almost 2 full points. That is 2 rebounds higher. It's 53% chance to hit via the Vegas math, no vig odds, and -140. Okay. That is what I will be taking there. Those are the props that I want to target. I do have a few other ones here, but I'm not going to go over them because I can't show you my full bag of tricks. I have to save something for the live stream. Okay, I just got to. So today is Flex Friday. So what you will do is you put in your $20 on PrizePicks. You put in your 6-man, 5-man, whatever it is, it's protected. Your first entry after 10:30 a.m. Eastern. So right now it's 11:15 a.m. Central, which means it's noon over on the East Coast, which is PrizePicks time. So whatever entry you put in after 10:30, if it was $20 or whatever it is, that is protected. You can't do multiple entries. It's one entry. So if you put in 1 for 5, you're protected up to 5. You can't put in 4 for 5, okay? So be smart. I hope you waited till after this video shows up. Let me see if there's anything else I like here real quick. Jalen Brunson, 27.5 real points. You can go there if you'd like. I'm probably going to stay away from everyone else. Kevin Love was at 7.5, but he got bumped to 8. Quentin Grimes was at 9.5, but he got bumped to 10. Duncan Robinson, if you want to take a narrative play, check this out. 17 points last game. If you think he's going to come out and be at home and he's going to go off, granted, Vincent and Martin were in foul trouble, which opened the door for Duncan to get more points. That's up to you. Caleb Martin, 8.5 points. I kind of like it. It's not a Vegas play. It's not a model play. It's just a captain gut call play. I think it's a decent one. I talked about Klay Thompson, 22 points. If you don't want to take his fantasy score under, or if you think that he's going to go off tonight, go ahead and take this and fade the fantasy score. Just take that. It's that simple. I took less on his 3-pointers, less than 4.5. That's scary. Anytime you take less on one of the Splash Bros to go under 3-pointers, it's scary. It's a nail biter. But it is what it is. I followed the math. I followed the trends, and I took less. If he sells, he sells. I'm not afraid to roll dice, okay? LeBron James, 26.5 points. I would take the less there. Okay, Gary Payton, 9.5 points. Give me Gary Payton, 9.5 points. Give it to me, okay? You know what? I'm going to do you guys a solid real quick, and I am going to make a fun slip right here, right now. Gary Payton, more, 9.5 points. What else we got here? They don't have Austin Reeves over 1.5 three-pointers, but if they did, I would take it. I guess let's just throw in his fantasy score. This is a fun slip. Do they have anything for Moody? Nope, Moody's not on the board. Let's see what else I would take. Gary Payton was at 4.5 rebounds. They bumped it to 5. If you go there, I don't hate that either. If you want to take his rebounds instead of his points, do they have a PRA up? 15.5 PRA for Gary Payton. If you want to have some fun, go ahead and take that or his real points. I don't hate either. Like I said, that's a fun slip. A fun little two-man. Austin Reeves and Gary Payton. There you go. All right, let's go over to Underdog Fantasy, where I created a pick'em for you guys based on the math, and I used the no-vig odds, and I created this for you guys, and let's hope it slapped. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope cost your boy a bag of $1,000 bills in it yesterday. All I needed was one PRA with literally 12 minutes to go, and he couldn't get, actually 9 minutes to go, and he couldn't get there for me. But it's okay, because we bounced back. Do you see me crying? Do you see me complaining? No, it's okay. I'm totally fine with it. I woke up and I was at peace. I was ready to crush for you folk. Jalen Brunson, higher than 4.5 rebounds in this pick'em contest on Underdog. Klay Thompson, lower. I just talked about that. Lower than 4.5 3-points made. Bubba Thompson, higher than 0.5 hits. All he needs is one hit, and we get it. Austin Reeves, there he is, baby. Austin Reeves, higher than 1.5 3-points made. Give it to me. And lastly, Mitchell Robinson, he's going to tilt me. I know he is. He does it for a living. Higher than 8.5 rebounds. Thanks, Mitch. Appreciate it. Let's hopefully you get this done. This is my Underdog pick'em today. If you want to fade, go ahead. If you want to tail, promo code CRUSH will get you 100% of your first deposit match. It'll also get you a golden ticket into my Discord when it launches, and it will be launching soon, okay? You can bet that. That being said, let's check out Outlier Bet Insights real quick and see if there's anything here. Jimmy Butler's failed to exceed 43 points, 43.5 points plus rebounds, assists in 19 of his last 20 games. That is crazy. LeBron James has failed to exceed 9.5 rebounds in 16 of his last 17 games at home. This is a good nugget. Take under 9.5 rebounds, you get minus 140. Okay, look at this hit rate. You get minus 140, and he's only hit 2, 5, 6, 7, 8 out of the last 20. I will take that. This is Outlier Bet. The link is in my description. I go over this at the end of the video every time. You can see here what's good. It's a good app. I wouldn't put my name on it if I didn't like it. Okay, Outlier Bet, link in the description. Get you that free 7 days. Okay, you have made it to the end of the video. This is the end. I appreciate you guys coming and checking me out. Okay, these are the 4 things that I use for my process: Vegas odds, model projections, trends, game theory / narrative. Okay, the key to success in fantasy sports is listed above. My job goal is to teach you each of these steps so you can become a more profitable fantasy sports player. That is my dream. That is my goal. That is my wish for you folks. Okay, I really want to teach you. I know a lot of you guys are new. You're young heads, 18 to 25. I see the demographics. I see what's going on. 25 to 35. A lot of you just haven't been taught, and that is why I am here. I separate myself from everyone else by taking the time to teach you guys what's going on. I'm not just trying to hustle you. Okay, if you learned anything at all today, I would appreciate a like and subscribe. It pushes this video out. YouTube lets me know via the analytics. The more you guys engage, the more you like and comment, the bigger they show it to other people. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. I hope we crush tonight. Let's get the bag. Good luck, and as always, salute and crush.